Hey gang, it's Ark. Welcome back to my tourist attempt in Card Survival Tropical Island. Um, okay, so we need to get some food and head out for the day. Um, Trying to decide, it's raining right now. I think we just had a storm, so this should eventually stop. Um, hmm, my bug repellent expired. I think this will last for a little while. Oh my gosh, I got so much stuff here. I keep thinking I'm going to start using these hotkeys, and maybe I will soon. Actually, now that we typically hunt the monkeys when they come by, maybe I could afford to store everything on the ground, and then I could hotkey like my broom and other tools to quickly gut them. Maybe the vases of water. Hmm. To deal with this oil. 90% and 84%. If I combine these, because this is only 16% full, 90 and 84. Okay, so it kind of averages, but like a weighted average, it looks like, between the durability of those. Not bad. I guess we can be collecting rain in this. Okay, let's get some food. I want to cancel this. I think we're just eating a bunch of prawns, right? Those are the low ones. Now this meat... I didn't research something last time I finished one. Because I have that salt, right? It's probably in the cave. I was thinking because it looks like we're actually going to have a decent amount of meat. I should at least make salted... I should at least research salted meat. Just so I can see how long it lasts. It might be worth preserving for the long term, especially if it lasts forever like honey does, then it'd be great to have that to work with. Okay, what am I thinking of here? Salt is probably in the cave, I think we decided. Oh no, here it is. I was just thinking I should try, no, I can't just drag it. Nope. So, I need the recipe for that, apparently. Not surprisingly. Okay, so let's just put it back. This, I can't do anything with until I get back with my chilies. Okay, leave the water there. I've got these fish scraps to use as bait. Got my hat, and what happened to my straw cape? I decided not to put that on the ground. Thought that was something that I had decided to do. Okay, so let's wear these. I just carry my spear with me from now on. Should be nice and protected from the rain. I think we are ready to go. Harvest that when we get back. Have these 2 sacks for carrying things. Anything I need out there. Just the prawns or fish scraps I have in here. Oh right, we should eat some prawns. That was the... Maybe carry a few more to use as bait. Just see how much this fills me up. I also have... What about those bowls I made? Flatbread, rice. Oh yeah, they're all the way at the end here. Okay, so I think I eat these when I get back. Are we tired of crustaceans yet? No. So let's fill up on these and maybe carry a couple extra with me. Something like that. We use as bait or to fill up as we travel. Okay, still need to empty this stove. Not the biggest deal. We're going to end up making all of that stuff, I believe. Oh, and I was thinking as this plane crash fills up, I'm making more space every time I take seats out, so I'm going to still be able to build quite a bit in here, I think. And I wanted to test one other thing from last episode, just to make sure that I'm not confused. Let's put all 54 of these dirt piles inside. If it's truly the case that I can store whatever I want in there, it does really seem to be the case. Okay. Yeah, I don't really understand what the rules are then. But maybe if I pick these up, it'll make more space as well. Wait, no. 2 dirt piles. No, it's completely wrong. Completely wrong. I only got 2 in there. Okay, so it does matter what's stored where. Yeah, put these out. Okay, I don't know why I thought that. Alright, so we'll have to reorganize this when we come back. Okay, so it definitely does matter what's being stored on this row. Which means anything that's not critical is probably going to get thrown in the cave. And we're probably going to have to limit the amount of vases and pots that we keep in here. And it's probably not worth having more than like 20 bowls of water. What we can do is we can set the others up. Yeah, I can set up like 10 outside. 10 or 20 outside, and then if anything, if we ever start running low on water, I can go get them. Alright, well I'm glad I tested that. So now we understand that it seems to be both the storage and here that matters, or what can be kept in here. Alright, let's get going. I've got all my protective gear on, so we shouldn't be getting wet too quickly. Double check all my stats here. Looks like we're fine. So, primarily, we're just going to check on the traps and get some chilies. Okay, so head down the path. I was thinking that I might want to do this tree at some point. Get my woodworking up. I got another tree here. Okay, so western grasslands. Alright, there's no bugs now. Convenient. I want to see exactly how much this goes up. Is this pinned? Oh, it is pinned. Okay. So western grasslands, 15 minutes. Like some of my traps. Oh, I was gonna grab some mushrooms to bait them. That's okay. Alright, so what does one chili plant provide? In 30 minutes I can get just 2 chilies. Found in the grasslands. They need open and dry places to grow. Quite resistant to mites. Their pest repelling properties. Dry on a drying rack. Grind it into powder. Combine it with soap. Through the proper blueprint to create pesticide. Okay. We can prevent the mite infestations typical of dry places. I wonder if I dry chilies, if they last forever. I'm really wondering now if some of the food preservation techniques are just like, it lasts twice as long, it lasts 4 times as long, or if it actually makes it into something that lasts forever. Because, remember when it said there's no point in using the drying rack? Unless it's the dry season. Let's go to base. Do I even have that researched yet? I think I did research it actually. It would be here we go. Whoops. Here we go. Use it only during the dry season, as otherwise you might risk rotting your food. Might risk. Beaches, grasslands, and highlands will only work as long as it's not raining. Well, it seems like I could use it during other seasons. Like maybe immediately after a rain, I throw it on and hope that it finishes before the next rain. Four long sticks, 2 fiber cord. And then another step. Okay, but really the question is, how would I grow these? Can't remember if would I plant the chili directly? Like the chili definitely has seeds in it. Can I eat it and remove the seeds? Maybe cut it open with a tool. Get the seeds? No. Not really sure. I thought I got 3. Let's we might as well go ahead and get all of these now. I want to see. Seems like we're only getting 2. So unfortunately, do any of these have anything in them? Probably not. Well, let's at least use the fish scraps and maybe some of the prawns. I think we can cancel this. No point in building more traps here. Probably already have too many. Wonder if these are less effective because of how many I have. Simplest of all traps. Catch small animals. Bait, reset. Not to put to replace. Doesn't really say. Okay, so let's store that. Store that. Rearm these. And then I think I'm going to use the other 2. Use the prawns as well. Down that. We getting soaked yet? No, so it seems like we're completely protected from the rain. That's very nice. Weight is normal, not going up or down, even though we're too happy about that. Okay, so are we doing anything else out here? I kind of want to see if I can hunt something. I'm not sure if animals come out in the rain, though. The other thing I kind of wanted to get was coffee. We could loop around and go back via the highlands. Still pretty early in the day. Let's just see if we can find some more chili plants. Or, oh my goodness, another almond tree. Oh yeah, and the other thing is, now that I have the, where would that be? Cellar. I have 16 hours to go on this. Now that I have leather. Shovel, mortar, logs, dirt, clay. What's mortar again? Materials, mortar, requires quicklime. Can this just be a... Yeah, stone, sand, quicklime, and water. That's easy. Depending on how much mortar I need. That's just one step. But yeah, as soon as that leather, really depends on how much leather I need. Let me just start that. Currently researching salted meat. Okay, so we'll do the salted meat first. Confirm no. Chilies. So if I want to grow chilies, I have to do it on the grasslands here. Hunt. Okay, so I can use my spear, even when it's equipped like this. Oh, nice, because it was stealth. My stealth is getting stronger. Oh, this is really good, because now I'm more likely to approach any animal stealthily, which means that when I attack them like this, I get points in both spear hunting and in stealth. So I'm going to be able to, like, passively train these and get free food, because it's, like, impossible to miss, I guess. When you're coming from stealth like that. Okay, the rain has gotten heavier. Do I want to do... What do I want to do here? I mean, we basically just have to get home and get working on stuff. Because the rain got heavier, let's loop around. I think I'm going to get some coffee while we're out. We're going to go to the Western Highlands. We might go back to the beach somewhat soon, so I could see harvesting some aloe vera. Could bring a few ropes. I'm definitely getting closer to being able to do this. Anything else to do here? Not really. Another almond tree. Man, I've got so many of those. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this. We don't have to process it right away. Just go ahead and put it in here. I never finished exploring here, so we'll do a little bit of that. Eastern Highlands. I don't believe we've ever been here. Let me just see. I want to go to Jungle Highlands. I don't think I've ever been to the Eastern Highlands. That might be a brand new region. I want to carry some palm fronds back with me. Do a little bit more exploration here. Oh, we missed. Might have gotten some... Well, I wouldn't have gotten stealth anyway. Okay, we're starting to get a little hungry. I really didn't want to be out here that long anyway. I think we'll just do a couple more explores and then head back. Well, that's all the palm fronds I could possibly want, that's for sure. Let's just go ahead and store as many as I can in here. Maybe one more. Okay, and then let's just do this. You know, I really don't need that many. I could bring other stuff back. It's okay. I want to braid up a bunch of these to help level my crafting anyway. At some point, I'm just going to have to come out and pick all the almonds. I think this is the one I found first. So it's got quite a bit of time left on it still. Alright, let's head to the Jungle Highlands. Now we're still 2 steps away, from what I understand. This is where the secret cove is. Let's see what this says. Climb down might fail. Doesn't seem too bad. I'm gonna keep training though and make sure we're 100% happy before we try that. Here's where the coffee is. Let's harvest some coffee for 30 minutes. I'm really getting hungry. Let's head back soon. 3 coffee berries. That's enough. Leave a palm frond. Leave a couple of palm fronds. Leave 3 palm fronds. Okay. I definitely want another sack. Or maybe even 2. I could carry so much more stuff. China rose. My mood is so high right now. Gonna bother. Okay, so now we go back to the deep jungle. Looks like the bees are gone and the queen bee is pretty low. Any items here? Beard banana tree, we've got kava, we've got jasmine. Okay, so back home then. Okay, so what happens here? I can harvest, could eat them, and also use their seeds to make coffee. Harvest their berries to extract the beans, then roast the beans, soak them in hot water. Okay. Ah, so I can't grind them. I just roast them and then soak them. Surprising. Or maybe there's a more advanced way to do it. Caffeine, help you stay awake. The cost of some stress and dehydration, not a big deal. Coffee berries and any of their derivatives, roasting. Yeah, okay. So, let's go to our stash here. We're going to keep these in here for now. Let's get some chilies out. The aloe vera can also go in there. In fact, we're going to take the seeds out of here. And the... I guess the sunscreen is important enough. Well, it can go in the other one. I think we'll take all of this out as well. Okay, so the sunscreen can go in this chest. Or even better, actually. Put it in one of these later containers. The luggage, maybe. Okay, so keeping in mind now that it definitely does matter where things are stored. Because of the weight issue. Alright, I guess these go back in here for right now. Seeds go outside. All the other seeds I have. In the dark cave. Then we just have these. The partridge goes in the container. These come out. We leave a number of them here. Oh, actually, I have the palm fronds I need for my leaf skirt. I might as well craft that. I think it's 8. Let's go back in here. So put the... As long as I don't need to use the chilies right away, I might need to. Let's go ahead and do these 2 recipes. Okay, so macaque skewers. Chilies, meat, sticks. We need an empty cooking pot. Means, because it's been raining for a while, I just need to drink some of this. Let me just eat something. Prawns, I think. Probably just finish these. Actually, let's eat a seafood bowl. Seafood cup. Okay, so empty one of these. Fill this. That's 1 batch. storming outside now, so I'm glad I went out when I did. That reminds me though, let's take off this. I'm just gonna put it down. Well, maybe I can store it in here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think it's actually a pretty high priority to make another sack. Because I can use these, I can also use these to just carry around extra clothing too. That way I can just swap my clothing in and out and always have it on me. I think I might be able to make myself a nomad. If I have a backpack and a satchel and like 4 sacks, I could potentially just carry everything I need on my person. Alright, let's make one more skewer, which means we need another cooking pot. I need to make more pots, because I'm using it to store honey, store oil. I want to have some, yeah, store coconut milk. This needs to be boiled at some point. Store honey water. Yeah, I need a lot more pots, actually. Let me take... Where are those vases? Let me take 3 of these and store them outside the plane. That helps a little bit with weight in here. And that's just like emergency water. Anyway, and it gets refilled at every rain. Speaking of, this never gets stolen, right? I guess there's some risk of it like washing away. This is like never used. This is the 100% safe storage. So it sits in the cave until I'm in an emergency situation. Okay, so now let's empty one of these and make another recipe. Chilies, meat, sticks, and cooking pot. Okay. Okay, now these are good for a while. They need to go in storage. So in the trunk here, my food storage. And actually, they're sealed, so they might not be at risk of being stolen. But I want to keep all the food in here. Yeah, we're gonna maintain the system. Okay, so we can put these away for now. Nothing here is really at too much risk anymore, except for these 2 roasted prawns. At 90.99, 98.98. Seafood cup is at 62. This is at 38. And then the newest one is at 48. And I've still got more after that. Because I've got to get this carcass skinned. I'm going to put 20 of these outside. Okay. That helps a lot. Now this takes almost nothing. Let's fill those up. 4 and 8. We can just build that now. Sure. Let's do that. 12:30 almost. And I think we just put this in storage for right now. This nest outside. So I was wrong about these not taking up any space. Eventually I'll have a cellar. Assuming I can build a cellar here at the plane crash, I might have to build it somewhere else. Still really not clear on what to do with all this. Okay, so this is not a huge priority either. Okay, so what are the most important things here? The exit, then the... I don't mind having to scroll to find the bed, I don't think. Although maybe we'll... No, maybe we'll keep the bed in front. Then the trunk, basically all the storage. Trunk, storage chest. And then maybe we take a break from that and have the stove. And then we have the smaller storage items. The luggage in the basket. And then infrequently used stuff goes back here. These are long-term recipes that I've got. 4 palm fronds and 6 palm leaves and 1 rope. I only want to try to build this and compare it to my current backpack. Okay, so right now, this goes in here. We can go ahead and eat these. I believe that's it for prawns now, unless there's more in here. Okay. Normal weights. Like I need to constantly eat and overeat. Let's have a flatbread. See how much that fills me up. I did want to test that. That's the wrong container. I did want to test that compared to the chicken sandwich that you can make. So we're not that far below. I would expect this to completely fill me, if not overfill me a bit. Yep. Okay, so that's way more worth it than that stupid chicken sandwich. Now that's in terms of the value here. Maybe the point of the meals though is that they're less efficient, but they give you more calories. Like they're less efficient at filling this bar, but more efficient at actually keeping your calorie count high. I don't know, that might be the case. Alright, well, I guess we'll just tackle stuff as I see it. For right now, let's do the, let's finish out our knife. We have a bad knife in here. And the other one, I think. My scrap knife. I should have a bone knife about to expire. Use that on this carcass. Put in my inventory. That was the end of that knife. Get this one out. That skin cleaned up. This goes in here. Oh man. Gotta start taking even more stuff out. Okay, so I think that all the tools come out of here. Just becomes a pure food area. The bones go down, the knife goes in here. The pearl comes out. Urchin goes in there for now. Okay, so what's missing? The broom. Actually is quite a bit. Spindle, but knife. And we still have some tropical almonds and some salt in here. Now this storage chest. This done. Wait for it to dry. We've got some ideas about what to do with this too. Because there's certain items in here that are not very valuable and don't need to be reliably paved. As crazy as this is, I'm going to leave the skin that's closest to being done in the chest here. Take the others and put them in the cave. It actually seems like I'm going to have a fair number of those. So anything that's both uncommon like these things are too valuable. The calcite crystal, the antibiotics. Those things are too valuable to risk losing. But stuff like this cloth, it's so lightweight though. Let's find something better. This broom goes in this chest. So the main point of having stuff in this chest is either convenience, in the case of the broom, or value. Like the pearl. So the pretty seashells are not valuable enough. The metal scrap is. The large cloth I'm going to use in a second. These shorts are not that valuable. Hand drill kind of needs to be in here as a tool, although now that I carry a hand drill with me everywhere, it might be worth it to... Yeah, I think I'm going to ditch that outside. So the spindle goes in here, the scrap knife goes in here. We're going to ditch this in the cave. It'll just be like a backup drill, since I can grab it at any point. This is valuable enough to stay in here. That's a knife that I'll use. It's 28 flour. This is something I want to use frequently. Hand wrappings I use frequently, the flip-flops. We can get rid of the socks. These water bottles I might start carrying on me. I've already got one. Wouldn't be the worst to carry a second one. Antibiotics are valuable. Okay. Go drop this other stuff off in the cave. Slowly getting more organized here. And then stuff like feathers and bird bones eventually go outside too. But at least we're kind of okay on things right now, so I'm gonna leave it at there. Now everything in here except for salt and tropical almonds. Let's get those put in here. And now every single thing in here is a percentage food item that I need to keep an eye on. And if only I could sort them by percentage. I guess one thing I can do is anything that's particularly low and move up towards the front, just so I can keep an eye on it. So like we'll make another couple of skewers in a little bit. Okay, I feel like I finally have that under control. So now, what's the next thing? Let's just go ahead and... I think this is a nighttime activity, right? Let's just do it. Put all this down. That's yet more stuff that could eventually go outside. We're a little bit dirty. Right, I finished my leaf skirt. Now I want to make more palm frond based stuff, so let's go get those palm fronds. I also want to look through here. Wooden sticks, I don't really care if they get washed away. Long sticks are relatively valuable. Let's put those inside. Stones, heavy stones. Palm fronds I want. None of this stuff I really care about. Okay, so palm fronds go inside, and I just don't want to look at this first aid kit, so it's going in there. This is like my junk area. The things I don't even want to have to look at. And so in fact the nest probably goes in there too. I got so much tinder stored right here. Now I do have some tasks I wanted to work on. So I have all those dirt piles. I can make... Wasn't there a salt thing? Brain is just all over the place right now. Salts. Salt bed. Filling it with seawater. Once the seawater evaporates. How do I get a lot of salt? It would have to be a blueprint. It would be... I don't think it would be in here. Molds, stuffs. I would have to be under base. Can I already build it? Is it like a... Is it one of these? No. Shower is another one. Make a shower outside. Salt bed would have to be under... Could be under farming, I guess. Seems unlikely. Chili pesticide I can research. That's interesting. Closure, rice paddy, empty skep, well... There's the niter bed. Ooh, a mushroom bed. Okay, so the salt bed would have to be under here. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Water reservoir needed. Water reservoir. And that's what they want me to build. I really don't need one of these here. Maybe I can go build it somewhere else. Like in the... I was thinking, because it says stuff grows well in areas similar to where it was found. So like for the rice, I'd probably want to grow it in the secret valley, which means I would need a big source of water there. So maybe I'd go build a water reservoir in the valley. Can't think of where else I would really need this. Maybe to be able to water chilies, like if I was growing chilies in the grasslands in that one area. I don't know. Okay, let's eat some more rice. I know that's gonna overfill me. Yeah, overfilled me a lot. As long as my nausea doesn't climb too much, at least this will help me gain some weight over time. Okay, now wait a minute. Here's my weight. We're below the middle, which is normal. This continues to be normal up until somewhere up in here where it switches to overweight. Is there a penalty for being overweight? Oh, man. Because, you know, there's this whole system of food preservation and food storage. The most efficient way to store food is in this bar here, because it can't go bad. And then if I ever have problems in the future, I can just starve and it's no issue. Wait, so I actually want to eat some really calorie-dense foods, a lot of them, and get this up. I can't remember if there's a penalty for being overweight. I know that as soon as you're obese, everything takes 30 minutes instead of 15. Right, penalties to increase your weight, avoid excessive physical activity, and eat rich foods like prepared meals. If I look at this, so this is influenced by my appetite. And appetite is influenced by being full. Oh, I can increase my appetite just by overeating. I had forgotten that. So I probably, because my appetite is fairly low, probably need to overeat just to make this actually start to climb back up some. I don't want to overdo it because then it'll be really hard to stay full. Interesting balance there, I guess. Basically, my goal is to very slowly gain weight, because that gives me the most bang for my buck. Probably very slowly gain weight, and then starve, which will cause me to lose weight quickly. Or, like, gain weight up to, like, here, and then starve down to here, and then slowly gain weight back up. Something like that. Alright, so I finished that skirt thing. Let's get some crafting experience in with this. We're gonna need more palm leaves for this backpack. I'm gonna need another rope as well. So this is crafting experience. Using the spindle with rope is tailoring experience. And then, right, all my tools are now in here. And then using this on wood is woodworking experience. Let's get at least one piece of wood in here. I have it. We're going to keep doing this, even though I'm losing percentages on this. Okay, there goes the salted meat. We need meat and 4 salt. Yeesh. That's so expensive. Alright, well that's not happening anytime soon. I do have all that salt. I made exactly 4 salt. I don't know, some of it might have gotten washed away in a storm somewhere. I don't think I even have it all on me here. That is super expensive though. Okay, so that tool can go back in there. Let's spindle up some thread. So we're going to put 3 fibers on here. Where are my fibers? I don't... Here they are. Just put this over here. 2, 3. And now, what am I making? I think I'm just doing this to get experience. But I eventually need a lot of rope. Which means I need yarn. Okay, so it seems like one strategy is just to alternate between those tasks. Weaving to get... Oh, except I didn't wait long enough, I guess, because I didn't get crafting experience. I need to, like, throw in a couple other things, like maybe some spear training or something. Let's see if I can get more wood shaving experience. That has to be with the good knife, which is here. Wood. Oops. Got shavings, 15 minutes. Okay, that did increase my woodworking. And then, threads on the spindle. I wonder if I can drag this. Okay, get some more yarn. Oh, I also wanted to see... My shirt is at 63%. That's gonna go soon. We'll probably repair this. I've got a cord and a needle. Needle... fiber cord. Okay. Found a light rain. Go and do this. That's 30 minutes. Oh, 96%. Okay, so that was... I recovered nearly 30% of durability on that, it seems. What if I can repair the bracers? That would be nice. Okay, I think we can combine these to make rope. Should we take a break from that activity and maybe do some palm fronds real quick? How much do I need for this? Need 6 total, and then an additional 4 fronds. I'm probably gonna need to go get some soon. Very happy with life. I don't know why. Must have been something I did. Alright, I guess store these here. Let's go out and get some from out here as well. Oh, I'm carrying way too much stuff on me. So we're gonna put the bone knife down, we're gonna put the scrap, or bone needle down. Put my tools in here. Got my yarn. Okay. Out we go. Right, still raining as usual. Go. In here for a second. Wait, what? Whitewashed walls. Bunch of steps. I guess it's probably just the same ingredients every time, and then an hour and 30 minutes. I guess this is for cleaning up a cave and making it more friendly and inviting. Doesn't really tell me what it would do. Or wait, cleaner and nicer. Okay. This is just my junk cave. I literally do not care about stuff in here. In fact, why am I even here? I honestly don't remember why I came out here. I was looking to see if I had any, like, palm fronds or anything. Okay, so we got nothing useful here. Nothing useful here. So if I want to... get some more palm fronds. I think we need to sweep up before bed, right? And then... Ooh, we should choose a chopping action. Something, like some big, intensive thing. No bait in this trap. That's 15 minutes. Alright, I guess there's not really much I need to be doing right now. Let's throw these on so I'm fully protected from the rain. Actually, it doesn't even matter because we're going to get soaking wet when we wash anyway, so forget that. I can go right back in here. We're going to go out. We're going to harvest palm bush. Okay, we can put the seeds in the cave. Drop like 10 of these. Go back inside. And wash with water once we get dark. I'm going to do this action, or wait. Yeah, we want to mop up tonight. That takes 30 minutes, so we might as well do this first. Then go in here. Nope. Go in here to get... Ooh. Maybe instead of mopping, meat is getting pretty low. See if I can preserve one of these. This away for a second. Go to my recipes. This might take... Oh, it's gonna take too long regardless. Where are we? What? Not there. Not there, so it must be here. Okay, skewers. Please, meat. Build required items. Okay, so it's 30 minutes to build. At least that way I know one of these will survive the night. I think we'll do that. I might lose one. Okay. I'm losing focus in a major way here. We're going all night without a fire. Does that mean I need to break some coconuts too? Probably should. Those would be in here somewhere. Oh, I've got more palm leaves. Why am I storing this stuff here? Makes no sense. Put it all down here. So this is done then. No, not quite done. But it's almost done. Wait, this is kind of done. And this takes 2 hours to build. So this is my action. As long as I have another palm leaf. Oh, I might not. I can't remember if... I think that was actually all my palm leaves. Well, that's a shame. That would have been almost perfect. Yeah, none in there. I do have the rope, which I think we're just going to set into place. Here, put that in. Put 4 palm fronds in. I'm pretty confident that those were my only 2 extra palm leaves that I had left. Unless they're in here. Oh, I can put some of this stuff outside too. Flint. I'm going to do this now. The flint, t-shirt, underwear. All that stuff is just not important. I can go out in the cave. Okay, so we're looking for palm leaf. Let's put this down. Across here, see if I spot any. No, so it's, unless it's outside, I think we're out of luck. There's palm fronds here. Put all this in the cave. Pretty confident I don't have it here. Rice straw. Nope. Okay. Oh well, so we'll just make that one skewer. We need an empty cooking pot. Oh, do I not have any empty cooking pots? Oh, okay. So I actually need more containers, it seems. We can do something about this, though. So this needs to stay there. If I'm going to do the coconut milk, okay, we're going to temporarily empty these bottles. I don't remember where the other bottle is. Probably in here. Okay, so let's put this in here. That's only a half portion of honey, so then this... Where's my thing holding... Yeah, so this will fill an entire bottle as well. Okay, so I have a bottle of honey water that is going to ferment. And I have a bottle of honey. I still don't know if these plastic bottles are stolen. I'm just going to throw those in there for right now to make sure they are not. I've got 2 cooking pots. One is going to be filled with coconuts, assuming I ever find my coconuts. They might be out in the cave, or they might be in here. They need to be husked coconuts. I might be out of them. This whole coconut thing might be a dream that's not going to happen. Yeah, I definitely need to make, like... I'm going to say 6 more cooking pots. That way I can have multiple meals prepped. Multiple that are ready to eat. And storage for oil, coconut milk, honey water, and a little bit of water storage as well. Oh man, it's happening again. I'm getting so bogged down in the details here. The thing is, it's not even that I'm like having trouble deciding what to do, it's that I've completely forgotten what I'm actually doing. Well, we can fill this. So that's our 30-minute action. But before we do that, I've got that other bottle ready for coconut. Wait, they were literally right there. Here they are. Okay, so all I need to do is break these open, and then we'll be good to go. Oh, where's my rock? You gotta be kidding me. There it is. Okay, crack these open. So those are ready to go. We're a little bit cold, but that's fine. Need that. I could throw on... I think I'm going to warm up as I dry off, so let's not worry about that. Okay, that's ready to go. We're skipping the sweeping because it's more important to get this built. Okay, so those skewers are done. I think we decided we're going to store these in here, even though we don't need to. So that I have a full listing of all the percentages. Now, one problem with this plan is if I want to make another one in the morning. We're not going to have any place to store it. This is going to be holding coconut milk. This is still going to be holding oil. This is still going to be holding coconut milk. Yeah, I just don't have enough cooking pots. Maybe I'll temporarily transfer the oil into one of these containers. And we'll see if oil evaporates over time. Doesn't feel like it should. In fact, yeah, maybe storing oil in a cooking pot is always a waste of time. Maybe I can just keep it in a vase or just in bowls. In a bunch of bowls. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so we can go ahead. That's already night. So I can do all my nighttime activities. We're going to do training. And we're going to remove meat from all these. Okay, we can put down 3 of these. We're going to use this to store coconut milk. It should be a simple matter of putting this in here and then putting this in here. And we repeat that process. Okay, that's done. That's done. Don't need any of that. So eat and sleep now. Yeah, I think this is gonna go... Well, it might be okay. 39% for the seafood cup is the lowest of everything, right? Yeah. Not raining anymore. But other than that, looks like the rice and the flatbread are roughly equivalent. I think we'll overeat a little bit with this flatbread just before we take a nap. Nice. Okay, nap time. Go to our bed. Nap for 4 hours. Okay, so this is very nearly over. And then even when I get rid of it, we have some that's at 17%. So we're gonna have to start making a move on some of this stuff. We have one more batch of chilies as well. I gotta kill half an hour somehow. Am I so filthy already? Oh, did I never wash? That was a mistake. I guess we can do it now. A little hot. Okay, so I got 6 minutes. Just need a little 15-minute activity. So we can just tear these down. That should be fine. Not gonna try to micromanage thinking of the absolute best way to do it. Okay. Now that we have light, let's go ahead and try to make this last item. So I'm gonna see what happens. We store oil in a vase. Okay, so that vase is empty. I'm gonna put this in here. That's 35% hydration, it says. Put it right here. Now I've got a cooking pot free. Get our meat out. Need to get the chilies out as well. Oops. Cancel that. I'll find my... Here it is. Fill that. That's going to take half an hour. I say go for it. Okay, we are going to try to keep the train going on these guys. Well, that was efficient. I did manage to get it. Let's leave this guy behind for a little bit. I want to kind of slow my roll on these because I'm having trouble keeping up with the food I currently have. I don't know when I finished researching, but we've got to keep researching stuff. I wanted to go for the cellar, so let's at least get that selected. I think there was something more important. Definitely not those. Nope. Coconut sandals shirt. Nope, definitely nothing in here. Nope. Nope, not there either. And not there. Okay, so it's just farming. I do want to do an enclosure. Still don't need any of that. Okay. So, what am I going to do today? I have... It's almost like I need to cook, but I don't need to get food to cook. I can just make a sandwich out of this guy, I guess. That'll help use up these last couple of flatbread. I can do the rice. I can just regular cook, or I can... Oh, I can try smoking these. I think I'm just going to have a fire in here kind of randomly today. We can kind of just let everything decay here for a bit. And come back and do more with it later. This is at 14%. That's the main thing that needs to be put in the fire soonish. I don't actually need to start the fire yet. This can wait. I'm only a short step away from getting what I need from these palm fronds. Alright, so let's just kind of hang out here, work on stuff. I'll keep an eye on that meat, and we'll deal with it when it needs to be dealt with. So let's train climbing. Go back inside. 24% it says. Let's get my various tools out that I'm going to be using. They're all stored over here. Spindle and knife. Yeah, that 2 salt. I'm wondering, do I have the other 2 salt in the cave or something? Or did I just never bring them back? I hate to keep going in here to look for stuff, but Yeah, I think I never brought them back. Ton of palm fronds as well. Okay. So I'm going to continue working on leveling up woodworking via... Where's the wood? There it is. This. 15 minutes towards that. Then we're going to do crafting and then tailoring. So this is crafting. Make sure... Didn't say it increased it. That could go in there. This is now ready to go. Before we do this, I wanted to see... I don't think I can do anything with 2 ropes. No. Okay, so that's ready to go. This can go... Ooh, that's a nice shortcut. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Okay, so now we want to do some spindly stuff. And we want to keep getting yarn. Tailoring is at 37%. I imagine at 40 we're going to unlock some new stuff. Okay, so now that I have points in all of those, I think we should go ahead and make this backpack. Let me check the time on this, because we're going to have to start a fire soon. Time on... I should probably eat something as well. 10%. Okay, so I think we're good for now. Let's eat... We'll probably make a sandwich out of these. Let's eat more rice. I've got a lot of food. Nice thing about this, though, is if I have the fire going, I can just keep making more food. This is not an ideal time to start a fire, but what can you do? Alright. So, assuming that this is... Yeah, we'll just assume that that meat's going to last for 2 hours. Go ahead and do this build. Then we'll test out this new backpack. Getting happy from doing that. Let's see. So first of all, cannot equip more than 1 back item. Oh, that's what I was going to do with that rope. I'm going to see if I could equip 2 ropes. The yarn is not equipable. Right, let's just put the yarn down for a second. Go here. Take this off. Now, what do I want to test this with? What do I have a lot of? Let's just go out... Well, no, it needs to be small items. What do I have a ton of that's small? Put these palm fronds outside. Alright, I have room in the plane crash. We'll go put the outside palm fronds inside. Okay. Go in here. I should probably temporarily put the spindle away. Knife away. Get these items out. Okay, so I've got my backpack and my woven backpack. I'm going to put in as many palm fronds as I can in here. Probably going to be like 4. 5 palm fronds. And then how many can fit in here? Wait, a lot more. 10 palm fronds instead of 5. And I believe, if I remember correctly... Okay, so this backpack is officially retired. And if I remember correctly, isn't that the same as the sack? Did I have that exactly right? But this down for a second. Hand drill. Back. Palm fronds. Yeah, 10 in there as well. Okay, so this holds twice as much as that, and it's equivalent to having a free extra sack. Well worth it. We can equip that. Let's put it back here. Get all of this stuff inside. Did I ever check my oil? What's the deal with the oil? That's gone down, right? So the oil evaporates. I'm just gonna remember 34%. I think it was 35%. But let's just track it anew from here. How's my meat going? Yeah, we should probably just go ahead and start this fire. We're gonna have to smoke these. I'll probably do 2 at a time while I'm cooking other stuff. Seems somewhat reasonable. Okay, so I don't actually want the hand drill in here. I just want the torch and the ash dressing. And then to think about basically things that I need very infrequently would go in that pack. I can actually start storing more and more stuff in here. What? Made of rope and woven palm fronds. If I detach the rope, I'm thinking it might be possible to convert this between a basket and a backpack. By taking the rope on and off. I honestly find that very confusing. Or maybe you can like lower your backpack down a climb or something? That doesn't really make much sense, does it? I mean, that is something you would do in real life, but what in the world is the point of this? Doing this would convert it. I'm just afraid of doing something that like wastes a ton of time. Like, is this going to completely destroy the item? Why wouldn't they say what you can do with it? I feel like if I take the rope off, it's just going to all fall apart. And I'm going to have to recraft the whole thing. It is a basket with a lid, unlike this one. I don't know. I guess let's not worry about it too much. So this is going to go in this sack, and where's my knife? That is a really good question. Not in here. It must be on the ground. Okay, so this definitely gets stored in there. This backpack probably ends up going Yeah, I think it just goes in the junk pile. Okay, so, backpack upgrade complete. Now, the real question is, what's the difference between that and the leather backpack? This one is already so good, I would question whether the leather backpack would be any better. So our plan was to go ahead and start a fire. Yeah, let's do that. All that just to say, I wanted this in my inventory, not in my backpack. Tinder, we can just use wood shavings. Get our stove lit up. And probably throw some extra fuel in there. That should be fine. Let's cancel that. I am researching. Just curious what I'm researching. Research. I'm researching cellar. I think we'll stay on that. Finally finish. So I know what I need for the cellar. Okay, let's take out 1, 2. Those are the important ones to get cooked right now. They go on here. They'll be ready in just a few minutes. And I also want to cook well, let's see. I can make a number of things. We're gonna harvest this. I think we'll make these 2. Yeah, that'll free up some cooking pots too. I can eventually... Yeah, in fact, I might let myself get hungry and eat one of these so that I can store my oil away. What was it, 34%? Still 34%. We'll know by the time these are done. So those can go in there to cook. We got 18 minutes total. Don't need this anymore. I should probably get myself like more reasonably synced up. So let's do just a quick drink and a 15-minute action. What takes only 15 minutes? I guess just harvesting fibers is the easy one. I can always use more fibers. Let's go to my snake grass. Here, extract fibers from that. Okay, so we're gonna let those smoke. These are ready whenever. Those in here. Now, funnily enough, I don't actually have a lot of stuff to cook right now. Oh, that's bizarre. A lot of it just needs to be prepped first. So these clearly need to be prepped. That is fine for now. That needs to be harvested. Yeah, there's no particular hurry on a lot of this. That needs to be harvested, but once again, it's just like at some point. Huh. Did I jump the gun on starting the stove up? I guess not really, it's just there were only a few things I needed to do. Alright, so what's the deal here? Harvest beans, get Yeah, and then roast the beans. Oh, that's at least something I can do. Let me try... Let me have a stone, too. Nothing there. Could also break open some of these. Yeah, I might do that a bit later on to get a little bit of extra meat. Okay, so we have coffee berry pulp. Harvest the berries, extract the beans, roast the beans, soak them in hot water. So the pulp itself, it looks like I can just eat. Hmm. Throw a couple of these on. I'll be done in 30 minutes. Guess we'll go ahead and harvest this bird. Oops. I want to use the base knife, or no, I want to use the isn't there like a sharpened stone that needs to be... Okay, now I'm really confused. Yeah, here it is. We're gonna cut this open. I'm becoming very good at cooking. Sweet. Oh, geez. Euphoric. Has its mania to go up and mental structure to go down. Is it possible for things to go too well? Happy and brave, but also alters your mind state. Alright, I won't worry about it too much, but I feel like I should be careful of that. I guess we could ditch the Hawaiian shirt for right now. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Okay, so done with the stone. The bird meat can go on the fire. Let's take these off. Throw this on. Anything... Isn't there something I needed to cook? What happened to those meals? Those are uncooked. I'm not really hungry enough to eat those yet. Okay, roasted coffee beans. Add hot water to get coffee. Oh, the interesting thing about these is they last forever. Oh, that's nice. Let's store this in here. We'll probably eat that eventually. We're waiting on 30 minutes. So I guess we'll harvest... these. Put this away. Let's get a few of these ready. Probably 3. The roasted coffee beans away in here. Soften this up. What's going on? 3 minutes, okay. Soften again. Okay, so this is ready. Now that, I can make a sandwich with these flatbreads, but that doesn't need to happen for a while. Let's roast this and some of these. Soften this last one up. Okay, so I've got something to do for that. What's the deal here? 2 hours. So I need to kill half an hour here, half an hour while these cook. And then should I make some more? Probably make another batch. Maybe 2 more batches. Okay, so smash. Keep smashing them. Soften these. Put these away. Check the time. Ready in 3 minutes. Grab a bite to eat of something. Okay, ground kava. Everything in here is fine. Flatbread, bird meat. Go and check that recipe. Just make sure I'm not forgetting something. Flatbread, cooked bird meat, and salad greens. Okay. Cancel that. Now, where do I stand on crafting? It's about to be the hottest part of the day. So I think we just go out now. Well, in 3 minutes from now. We go out and train climbing again for half an hour. And then we're just going to hang out inside, crafting and stuff for a bit. We've also got this to harvest. What's my next item? A hammock? Or do I want to make a third sack so I can carry tons of stuff around? Unclear. Right, I think we said we're gonna ditch the Hawaiian shirt for now. I'm basically wearing nothing. I have sneakers on and these arm guards. I have clothing in one of these. Nah, guess we'll put it in the luggage. Okay, well, let's just grab a quick drink. It's the best way to kill 3 extra minutes. Yeah, this is down to 33%. Okay, so as soon as we eat those other things, we'll store the oil there. Drink this. Go in here. Get these out. Cook those. Those will be ready in half an hour. Okay, and then I have a few more things to cook as well. Just verify. So these need to be cooked. And I would need to heat up some water if I want to make coffee. I'm not even sure if I need coffee. I'm not sleepy yet. I think didn't I get a full night's sleep last night or something? Or maybe I could afford to make 1 coffee. I might do that. Okay, so this goes in here. This goes in here. Those are ready to be cooked. 30 minutes. Now we go take a break to do something else, which we decided was probably going to be just training. Risky. I'm getting closer and closer to 25%. I don't know if that is a cutoff or anything, but it certainly feels good. Okay, back inside. Get these out. Throw the next ones on. Okay, so those will be smoked in 30 minutes. Interesting, they've already gone down to 95%. Alright, let's go ahead and eat one of these. It's probably going to way overfill me. Unless it's just not a very good meal. Right here. The cooked version. We're going to eat that. Yeah, that's actually a really good meal. But that did way overfill me. Okay, and then we're going to store my oil in there so it doesn't evaporate. And we might as well put water in here. I still want to make a bunch more cooking pots. Even more than I did before, kind of. I'll put these into storage again. 15 minutes. Just do something minor, like, oh, we can thread yarn. Okay. Fibers. Fibers, fibers, fibers. I might not have any. Here they are. These are done. Alright, so they do have a timer on them. They don't last forever. But we're hopefully going to get some idea of how long they do last. Now, I'm probably not going to have a fire for quite a while. So... did I ever harvest that animal? No. Okay, but that's fine. So the meat from this will be the nearest thing to spoiling, but this I can, like, not harvest for quite a while and still be fine. As long as the meat comes out at 100% when I harvest it, then I should be fine. So we're going to cook. We can just put this away. We're going to cook these and these. Now, unfortunately, that's just a ton of meat all at once. Actually wait. Let's wait on this. I'm going to cook a little bit of other food to intersperse with it first, and then I'll cook that stuff. So I'm going to use 2 of those flatbreads to make a sandwich. I think since I have the fire going right now, we'll go ahead and make 4 flatbreads and 4 rice. Looking. Yeah, I completely finished all that. This is going to get used on the sandwich. If I manage to eat my way through all that, then we'll have all this meat. We'll intersperse it with bread and rice, and that'll keep me going until my next seafood endeavor. I only have 6 slots, it looks like. So I guess we'll do 3 of each then. Let me do that. We're going to put 1 flour away, 1 rice away. Let's put this yarn down for a minute. Get some bowls. The spindle down. Some bowls of water. I don't think the 26% is going to work. These in here. Okay, so that's my next 4 cooks. Then we'll cook all the meat as the final thing. We got 30 minutes. Let's do a... I don't know, fiber harvest, I guess. A couple of them. Okay, that's all good. Then we'll throw all these on. Now the rice takes longer. Well, that's fine, because this won't overcook. We can do a palm weave now. Put all of these away. Get that finished. Okay, so this is all done. This is done. Put this in this storage. This goes in here. Don't really need rice water, but it doesn't hurt anything to have around. Like that. Now when this finishes... Oh, it's already done. Okay, so now... this is the last thing, right? These and the skewers. Okay, so then everything in here should be cooked. Those two are going to be used to make a chicken sandwich before they expire. Open up the stove, throw this on, and this on. Okay, so 30 more minutes. What should we do for 30 minutes? Let's just make some more fibers. Why not? Okay. We can attack. Charge. Huh. Uh-oh. Piercing discomfort. Attack falls short. Seems like I have a... What does that mean? Piercing discomfort takes hold. Huh. Well, let's just try again. Avoided the strike. Damaged one of its legs. Now it's running. Piercing discomfort. Maybe I'll see a wound afterwards. Hey, he actually got away. Now, this stuff I'm not going to bother smoking. Anything else I need a lit fire for? Probably not. I think we just put this out. So I don't think I got a wound. I'm not sure what a piercing discomfort was all about. You know what? Let's just take this off as well. I'm gonna store all my extra mood boosting stuff for now. I just don't need it. Spindle. Keep that. Yeah, so all this goes into storage. Got an absolute ton of food now. What I want to keep an eye on is the cooked meat versus the smoked meat. So the smoked meat has already lost 1%, but it's been probably an hour or two. Let's say it's been 2 hours since I took it off the stove, so then it would be just a rough estimate. I mean, even if it's 100 hours, that's lasting 4 days. If it's 200 hours, then it lasts 8 days, which would be really nice. But we'll check once this is down to like 50% or something. That'll give me a much better idea of how much longer it lasts. Okay, well, I have an absolute ton of food now. We're not going to break up any more things to cook. The one other thing that I could have done is shelled some nuts, but I need to actually do that in advance. Not when I'm looking for something to do at the end. So I think we'll just extinguish this. I'm sure I'll think of something else to use the fire for right after I put it out, but fine. Like boiling water to make coffee? Oh well. We don't really need coffee anyway. Okay, let's put all this down. Alright, that felt extremely efficient. Food is full. So... Now we still got this carcass. We're not going to dig into that one for a while, though. So I've got an hour and a half before it gets nice and dark. Let's get... or before it gets cooler. I think what I'll do is... let's go out with my hand wraps and chop a tree this evening. don't have my hand wraps on, do I? They must be in here. And while I'm at it, oh, this doesn't even take any time. I should have done that so long ago. This is just cloth. Eventually, this will probably go outside. But right now, I have a little bit of room in here. Since I can't repair these flip-flops, I'm tempted to just let them wear out. Let's do that. We'll switch to wearing flip-flops for a bit, put the sneakers in here. Okay, so this is all stuff that needs to stay in here. The large cloth, I think I'm about ready to convert to either a hammock or another sack. Let me refresh my memory. Yeah, having a third one of these, I think 3 is just the right amount. Because if you get too low on this, it just becomes annoying. You could definitely hyper-optimize it, but I think 3 is just the right amount of these to carry. So that you still get a lot of extra benefit. Let's make one more. Tailoring. It's going to be advanced, I think. Nope. Abilities. I need a very large cloth, 3 fiber cord. Yeah, this is so easy. And 45 minutes to build. Okay, so we should pretty much have the fiber cord, right? Maybe not. Maybe I just need to spindle it up. That's fine. Let's throw these on here. We're gonna get cord this time. Speaking of, let's pick up this yarn before it gets stolen. And turn it into rope. Store it away for later. Okay, so 3 fiber cords. I need to do that again. I need to make a very large cloth, which requires yarn. So I should not have done that, basically. Should have kept that yarn. That's okay. Let's just get another batch going. 1 over here. 2, 3. Take yarn. We're going to put it on the loom. It's almost after 4. We'll go outside and chop a tree. So the heavy cloth is in here. This is where I have my large cloth stored. Let's take that and upgrade it. Now I have very large cloth. Just store that here. Put the 2 fiber cords in there. Okay, we'll come back and do this later. Put my spindle away for now. So if I just wear these, an interesting thought. Does that give me all the sun protection I need? Without... Okay, it does make me hotter. This one does. That one does not affect my temperature. This one does. There's no point in wearing this. I mean, it's really a tall order to carry that with me. Yeah, that really seems like overkill. Problem is, where do you store it? Let's take Weston and put that out of here. Put this in. We'll put these in here. Nope, doesn't fit. This can sit down. Those never get stolen, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so hand wrappings and an axe. We're going to head out to the adjacent area and chop. Need to eat anything? Not really. I wouldn't mind Munching on something small. Honestly, everything's so high condition. Let's just have some... These two are going to get used to make a sandwich in a little bit, so I'm not worried about those. Let's just munch on a little bit of coffee berry pulp, see what that's like. Seems like I can do that instantly. Ooh, that's significant. That probably counts as wet fruit. Saturation... Meats, vegetables... Doesn't count as anything. Okay. Oh, I should also see if I get a chemical effect from that. Chemical... Caffeine. Okay, so just eating the pulp itself gives me some wakefulness as well. Alright, let's put these on. Let's drink a little bit of water and let's head out. Water, water, water. Oil is safely stored in a cooking pot now. We're hot, but hopefully not too hot. Weight is going up. Okay, so we're gonna head out here and see what there is to be seen. I think there's a nice log. I'm probably going to learn something valuable from this. Namely that logs are too big to fit into sacks. But I'm going to go anyway. We're going to go to the jungle path. And we're going to split this felled tree. We have to clean the branches first. So that takes 2 hours. And this would never fit into one of these. No, of course not. So I could take 30 extra minutes to get it home. And then split it there. What else is here? Weevil lily. Wonder if I can find some extra stuff here. This is fully explored, but the jungle seems like it could have all sorts of useful resources in it for me. It's 5:30. We've got 2.5 hours. Let's just spend a second longer here. There's also this tree that I could be chopping. I feel no compunction whatsoever to actually fight this guy. Oh, wait a minute. He hasn't noticed me? Well, this changes everything, right? Because then I can get a free spear attack. My scrap spear. Do a ton of jam. Alright. This is risky, but we're going to do it. Ow. Opened a wound on its torso. This is dumb, but I'm going to do it. So I avoided danger. Seems like my percentage is going up a lot. Am I, like, learning a lot from doing a tough fight? Only superficially. But I opened a wound here. Okay. This is super risky. Skillfully avoid the strike, pierced it in the snout, collapses to the ground. Killed my first boar. Oh, that's great. I love it. Big game. Hunt a boar, goat, or monitored lizard. Well, I've tried to hunt lots of goats without success. 50% something, 100% time. Should skin it before it goes bad. I don't know what the 50% means on it. Well, this thing is really heavy. Boars can be found in the jungle covered areas of the island. Dangerous prey, so before attempting to hunt them, make sure you have enough healing supplies and a particular tourniquet. Boars can provide you with a large amount of meat, fat, and skin. Their meat is very nutritious and their fat has multiple uses. Oh wow, this looks awesome. Skin can be used to make clothes and numerous useful items. Even their tusks have uses. Let's read about fat. Extracted from the bodies of large animals. Cook multiple cooking recipes. Okay, so, well, yeah, but those are mostly the things that I already know how to make oil from. Okay. Let's do this again and read about, skin. Fresh skin. Okay, so I've already done this with the other thing. Okay. With the monkey skins. Wow. Crazy. Look at how heavy this thing is. So I definitely can't get this in here. Check my wounds. I have a bite wound and a minor laceration. I don't know what this is supposed to do. Neither of these seem a big deal, especially since if I am at all smart, I have 2 ash dressings on me. I just apply these immediately before they even get a chance to cause any problems. And I should start healing right away. Now, I could safely drag this home right now. Take me a really, really long time, a whole extra hour. Or I could skin it. Takes an hour. And then I'd be running up against a time limit here. I actually may start a fire tonight just for light, so I can finish what I started with this guy. Okay, so I think I made up my mind. I'm going to take everything I can. I'm not going to spend any more time at all. Put these in here, actually. Wait, how am I heavier now? Wait a minute. I thought I tested over and over again that it doesn't care what you have on you. It goes up 1, and in here it goes down 1. Wait, beyond a certain point it doesn't work anymore. What? That goes up, putting it in here, it doesn't go back down. What is going on? It doesn't reduce the weight. Has it always worked like this? Is this true even if I don't have one of these? It only reduces the weight up to the halfway point, it seems. I am honestly so confused right now. So right now, it takes me an hour and 15 minutes to go home. If I remove another leaf, it still takes me an hour and 15 minutes to go home. I might as well carry those. I really do not understand this. Another thing I could do is, assuming this, is this even making me heavier? It goes up. Down by the same amount. So wait, that suggests that I could put a leaf in here. And it still takes me an hour and 15 minutes. Thing is, I don't even care about these leaves. I just want to understand how the system works. This sack seems to be better. Nope. It also has that problem with like the last third of it increasing my weight. Alright. I think we're going to go home so that we know we're safe there. Carry all this extra weight. An hour and 15 minutes of walking. We should be okay on bug bites and whatnot. Head into the plane crash. Does this even have room to be set down here? It doesn't seem to really care. Put these leaves outside, I guess. This axe down here. Put these leaves outside. Okay, now, I can always skin this guy first. Don't I have another carcass here. Wait, what? No. I want it to be right next to it here. The game doesn't care. Okay, that's fine. You can stay where you want to be. Now skinning this guy takes an hour. I really need to sweep up. So let's do things in that order. I'm exhausted. Right, from doing that massive travel. Okay, well, we're going to learn something here. I think I should be fine to sweep up. Gained a little bit of energy. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so we can put this away now. What's the deal here? Just need a few more fiber cords. So I might change my mind about this. The sacks don't seem to be as good. I'm gonna try. We need to experiment. We need to experiment with a bunch of stuff. We need to just try putting palm fronds in these and the basket again. Pay attention to exactly when it stops increasing weight. Try it with the regular basket compared to these. Compare my total carry weight with a full basket compared to a full sack. Maybe they're the same, so maybe the sack is still an upgrade from this. It's just a significantly nicer item when you're not carrying anything in it. But it kind of evens out with this when you are carrying a lot in it. I could see that being the case. That might be how it works, in which case I guess I would still want these. Okay, so I can eat and drink in a bit. We got a little bit of pain. These are fine. Let me check my Hava situation. I think it'll be fine until tomorrow. Yeah, easily. These should be fine until tomorrow, then I can mix up a recipe with them. I mean, I honestly might just start a fire tonight. We'll see how this goes. I think I'm going to go ahead and do my hour on this. Yep. Okay, so that's the boar carcass skinned. We just finished the cellar. Can't build it here. That's no surprise. Yep. What does that 50% mean? This isn't going to tell me anything. 50% like meat left on it or something? Butcher. Ooh, 3 skins. And these each take an hour to flesh, or to... yeah, to flesh. How heavy is the boar itself? Okay, it's still quite heavy. And too heavy to fit in there. But these could have fit in there. Yeah, so if I had done it in place, I could have potentially taken less time to get home. Okay, so we're going to hang on to these. I don't think there's any point in having a fire. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my typical strategy. Put this away. I'm going to use my typical strategy to kill the rest of the night. And then we'll just do everything in the morning. So, food and water, first of all. The lowest thing is these skewers. Let's eat these. Need an extra cooking pot back. Don't really need to overeat. Drink some water. Well, I was going to go to the beach tomorrow, but that's clearly not going to happen. I've got way too much work to do with this boar kill. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much ready to... could train... Yeah, because I'm not quite sleepy enough for a nap. Might as well get a little bit more. Yeah, let's train with the spear. Also got to remember to make an extra set of bandages. Because those ones I have probably won't last. I'm still not that sleepy. Let's extract fibers from these. Please stay there. And drag these over. Okay, that's probably good enough. Now we can sleep. And then do one more hour of spear training in the morning. Okay, rustic bed, take a nap. Okay, what does this say? 50%. I guess that's how much, because I'm going to like harvest meat off of it, so that's how much is left. And it's at 88%. These are going to last a while. This needs to be harvested still. Okay, so we have an hour to kill here. Am I dirty? I'm a little bit dirty. Temperature is hot, so let's wash with water. And go ahead and train with the spear for a little bit. Oh, I'm really hungry. I can happily solve that, though. We had the skewers. Let's switch to something slightly different. Well, I guess I can just eat some of this. I don't have to use it to make the bread thing. In fact, I can just eat a couple of them. I can still, like, make the bread thing, but now I can do that when the bird meat gets low. Put this out in front somewhere. Yeah, we can just eat a couple of these. And then let's have some, I don't know, some rice or something. If my meat saturation isn't high, I might want to just eat some of that cooked meat. Saturation, really just sago that's up right now. Okay, let's just eat some meat. So, and I also wanted to check, now that we've spent more time, what's the situation with the cooked meat versus smoked? Looks like the smoked lasts only twice as long. 12 doubled would be 25. Yeah. I mean, twice as long isn't nothing, but it's not enough to really be able to save it up. Okay, so I was there, and oh man, that so overfills. Crazy. So those skewers aren't really necessary either. You can just cook plain meat up. Which means I don't really need the chilies. Huh, I wonder if the recipes are kind of a trap, because I just eat plain rice, plain sago, flatbread, and plain meat. And I don't really have to grow stuff so much. I mean, I guess the rice needs to be grown, technically, and the sago palms, if I don't find them quickly enough, would need to be grown. Okay, let's just get another hour of spear training. I don't know what else to do. Got another husk, but I don't really care to do that. Yeah, we'll just kill another hour on this. Okay, so I have a ton of chores to do today. We're not going to go out and train climbing or anything silly like that. I'm going to get right to clearing the skin. Let's use my, got a local tool here that I'm trying to get rid of. This sharpened stone. That's an hour. I'm going to take my hat off. And my hand wrappings, for that matter. Just go right in there. %, 77%. Yeah, so that's going to take a full one of those up. In that case, while I'm thinking about it, let's grab... let's see, flesh, that can go in the cave, right? Yeah. Let's grab some ash, we need a couple. Grab some small cloth, we need a couple. Do this. And then again. And those can go in the backpack. Once I have I'm going to make those extra cooking pots. And I think I'll carry a couple bottles of water in this backpack as well. Still have to do the thing where we figure out the carry weight for these sacks. That's fine. And this... Yeah, that's all the normal stuff I carry. Okay, so let's finish with these skins. I'll just go and do the last one, then we'll get some water. Just set those outside. Oh, coconut shell is empty, so I guess something completely evaporated. Is curing in there. Let me just make sure they're making progress. Skins, flesh skin, 26%. Yeah, they're getting there. So the one must be really close then. Yep, I can harvest these for more cloth anytime I need it. Tons of bones and stuff. Okay. So back inside. Now the question is, probably want to do the pack carcass pretty soon. We can probably get fat. Oh, I forgot to research something else after the cellar. Okay, we're gonna take a quick interlude here. Water reservoir, right? Because I need this to be able to do the salt bed. This is the only way I'm gonna get a significant amount of salt. I don't think I'm gonna... If I went to that cave on the rocks and built a stove there, which is already a huge investment, then I could have 4 vases boiling away, producing a salt each. So I could get 4 salt every 2 hours. So if I went to the rocks and just went in and out, constantly boiling seawater, and basically every 2 hours I could cure 1 piece of meat. The only way that would be worth it is if I do a test cure first and conclude that, oh, actually, when you cure meat, it lasts forever, or something like that. Because then I could get, like, get enough salt to cure, like, 4 or 5 meat every single trip I make to the sea. Probably 4, realistically. And that meat does provide a lot of food, so that'd be a way to preserve it for the long form. Okay, so I guess I could be talked into that. Let's just research this. I should build it somewhere. Hopefully it's not too expensive. And then I can see how much this costs and see how much more efficient this would be. I mean, either way, if I want salt, this is just a 12-hour research. It'll be done around the time we go to bed tonight. We can start something else. I think there's something else I want to do, like a backpack or something, but whatever. Don't I have a skin that's almost done? 9%, yeah, so 90% of the way there. There's probably like half a day left on it or something. All right, let's drink some of this rice water. Let's get some food out of here. No longer in a big hurry about the bird meat. If I've got some pain, I might as well go ahead and do something with this kava. Probably grind them both and make a drink out of one. Pretty early in the morning, so let's eat one of these, and let's eat a couple of these, maybe. Okay, put this away. Grind some kava. Oh, it's already ground. So soak it in water. Do this. Okay, there's an easier way to do this, right? Fill an empty bowl. Should have an empty bowl somewhere. No? Okay, transfer this into here. And then get the empty bowl. Where are my empty bowl? Okay, I did have a ton. I just need one. Go over here. Transfer from this in. Have some kava now. Let's drink this. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get the double dose now. I don't know what my stress is currently. Oh, my stress is actually really low. Okay, so never mind that. Let's make kava and store it in a... Have an extra cooking pot, right? Yeah. Put this in here. And put that in here. Put that with all the other drinks over here. Actually... I'll put it in the... Nope, doesn't go in there. Put it here, I guess. Hopefully I don't forget about that. Oh, I forgot to cook my coconut milk when I had the stove going. That's not that big of a deal. I'll just do it next time. It lasts a long time. Okay, so we need to harvest this. We need to harvest the macaque. Honestly, now that I kind of have a feel for how this works, I think I want these to drop quite a bit. I think I might go out. Let's do the backpack experiments. I'm actually running up against a real life time wall here as well, so I want to figure out how this works before I do anything else. So let's just temporarily put these in here. Okay, so what I want to know is, as I add palm fronds to this sack, shoot, how do I want to do this? Should do it this way. So what happens to my weight? Nothing for the first 5. Pretty confident. It's 4, 5. Then what happens with the 6th one? Goes up. Okay. Don't want to do that. So my understanding that like the first half of the weight is free. And what's the relationship between that and the... trying to remember. The sack itself weighs very little compared to... Wow, the sack weighs hardly anything at all. Can't tell if it weighs the same as 1 or 2 palm fronds. So it weighs the same as 1 or 2 and holds 5. But then it can also hold another 5. But with penalty. So it's like... weird. You get no benefit from that excess carry weight. It was extremely efficient if you want to carry things that weigh 5 palm fronds or less. So how much does dirt weigh in comparison? If I put dirt in here... I can carry 4 dirt with no penalty on my weight in a sack. If I had a full thing of these, I could carry 6 times 4, 24 dirt, and it would weigh nothing. Of course, you probably wouldn't want to do that. You'd want to carry 5. Well, I don't even know. How much does 4 dirt weigh? Quite a bit. And with the weight of all 5 sacks, yeah, you'd probably just want to have all 6. Just carry 24 dirt that way. What a confusing system. I do like that, like, there's different trade-offs. I actually really like the whole system. At first I thought it was a little broken, that you could just get free carry weight. But now that there's, like, all these different trade-offs to try to understand, I'm really enjoying figuring it out. So, kudos to them on that. Okay, so we still need to test the backpack. And I'm wondering if my existing, if there's kind of a similar trade-off between my existing backpack and the one I had before. This can also carry 10 palm fronds. Let's just get these out. Put this away for a second. And this maybe? Yeah. These go in here? Yes, okay, so I have extra slots now. Let's just put this over here for a second. Why am I carrying this water? That makes things easier, I guess. Okay, so what I want to test is, I guess, because it's going to be kind of annoying otherwise, I'll put the palm fronds in my inventory. I've got 10. We're going to go open the backpack. Now we're going to watch what happens to my weight. We expect it to go down at least for the first 5. That's 5. And then now does it go down from here? It does. So I get the full amount from the backpack. And then when we make the leather backpack, we can test that one and see how much it can carry and what the benefit is of each amount. So it's very interesting. So the most efficient way I know to carry things right now is with a full backpack and a bunch of half-full sacks. Okay, but we're still not done, because now we have to do the real test, which is a comparison between a full sack and a full basket. So, palm fronds down. The backpack we understand well enough, so let's just put the torch in there. And the ash dressing. Anything else go in there? I don't think so. The rest of this is all stuff I keep in my regular setup. Although I don't know the hand drill. I'm a little confused. I thought... whatever. We'll figure it out later. The hand drill is not used that often. I'm not sure why I wouldn't keep it in here. But yeah, the ash dressing goes into the backpack. That was the other thing. Okay, so that's that. Now we need to clear enough space to use this basket. So we can just take this stuff out and put... I think the best way to do this is let's put a sack down. We're going to put 10 palm leaves in it. Palm fronds. Okay, so that's 10. We lift it up. Goes up by... well, we'll just have to try to remember that amount. Could be obvious if it's significantly different. And now we put these into the basket. And that should be full. Okay, so it goes up by like that much. I pick this up. It's exactly the same. So this is basically what I said, right? I said the sack has a smaller penalty. It's actually less than half. But when they're both full, it's equivalent. So you're better off carrying a sack, because if you carry so little that your sacks are only half full, then you end up with much less carry weight. But if you carry so much that the sacks are full, then you're only getting the identical thing that you would get with the basket anyway. So there's no penalty to using the sack instead of the basket. Okay, I think I well understand all of this now. So we can put this back. Let's put our water and honey water and straw cape in there, sure. Put this back. Here. Put the palm fronds down. Get that sack. I'm just going to carry my tools. This is my sharpened stone I've been using to harvest the animals. Hand wrappings I want out of here. Those are the normal things. Okay, so now I'm going to just leave these here. We're going to call the episode here. I finally figured out the whole carry weight system. At least for now. So I've still got 4 hours before it gets bad. So I'm thinking I might go chop a tree or do something else. I'm kind of like confident that I can keep this situation under control. Like I can get all this harvested before it's too late. And in fact, we'll probably just harvest it from the noon to 4 when it's really hot. We'll do it in that time frame. Also, now that I know about the sack situation, I think I'll make a third sack so that I can carry stuff in there. Great. I think that's everything. Yeah, crazy how... I love how many, like, deep systems there are on this to kind of experiment and work out. A lot of fun to do. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.